marobiene kawile bisio e memoni la masaga daku la lobo au suti yau kabuka la livu yau kabuka la livu with me and every time she smile at me I just can't believe that it's real. I thought I was dreaming. She took my attention and whenever she come around, oh damn, she deserve a crown. 'Cause it looks so right, but now she's mine. She's my butterfly, she's my firefly. She's a good definition of sadness and beauty, yes. Oh damn, she must have been a fallen angel. Maybe you your flower belong mountain fire. 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 She look at me.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Rendezvous with Leanne. I'm your host, Leanne Jarari, and tonight on the show I have the lovely, the very talented and athletic Miss Raphaella Baki-Kaore. Welcome to the show, lovely.
Thank you, Leanne, for your time and
No worries. Welcome to
be
the
on
show.
the show.
Thank you for coming on the show. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Raphaella. Like, not a lot of people don't really know you besides the fact that you're an athlete. So tell us some more.
well, I'm from West New Britain, mixed parentage, Central. Well, I've been doing track and field before. I started when I was 16 years old, and my mom decided to put me to run because I had the talent, and I always
Okay.
ran at school, and I always race with boys, and I would come first every time. So
Yeah? So how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Okay, all right. So this racing with boys and all that, is that something you feel like you're a competitive person?
Yes, exactly. I am. I don't doubt myself in anything. If I want something, I go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that right now you're a boxer. So how did you go from track and field to boxing?
From well, athletics I've ran for almost 10 years, and just last year in June I decided to switch codes because my sister is a boxer, and seeing her by herself, I just decided to take up different codes and try to, bring women in boxing too. There's not a lot of competition in women's boxing, and so I decided to join her as well. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And how is it? How's the transition? Do you like boxing more or track and field?
I still have the passion of running,
Yeah.
and because I grew up in that sport, running all my life, and well, for boxing, it's a very tough sport. You have to be fit, with have a lot of condition, strength and condition trainings that we do all the time. This morning I had to go for training with my sister, and then had to run from there to work. So
Wow, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so tell us, where do you work? Where do you train?
I work with EMTV. I'm one of the sports reporters, and also I'm an athlete as well.
Okay, so you do that both full time.
Yeah, full time. I try to balance it. Actually, I try to balance my training schedules and work time. Well, I have morning training sessions, and I have afternoons. I have to try to make sure I complete my work before. I
Wow,
get
very
off, yeah.
busy woman. So how do you fit it all in? Like, you obviously have training and you have work. Do you have any free time as well?
Well, back at work, my bosses, they understand. As an athlete, they have given me times to work from certain time to complete my work, and I have to head off. And it's really tough, but I just do what I can. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a few of your achievements. Like, what have the Papua New Guinean public seen you in?
Okay, mostly everyone will see me as athlete in athletics because I've been in athletics for a very long time.
Yeah.
I went to the World Junior Championship in 2006.
Where was that?
That was in Beijing. Yeah, so Toya Whistle, Cecilia, Nadia Bice, and Vanessa Bailey, who were the athletes that we went to for the World Junior Championships in China. And we were ranked 19. Out of all the other countries, there were 110 countries that we took part.
Wow, and you ranked 19?
19 from the relay.
Okay.
And from there I came back, and then I had to be in the squad again. I went down for the Oceania Grand Prix in Fiji and to Samoa. And there were other competitions down in Australia. So in 2007, we had to, because I had injuries and I had to recover, but I still managed to work through even I was injured. I ran my the 100 meters.
Yeah.
But I came fourth to Makalesi, Toya and Mai, because that time we were very competitive on the track. And I came fourth because Makalesi ran the race and she came first to Mai and Toya, and I came fourth.
Oh, okay.
But in the 4x1, we didn't want the Fijians to win us, so we decided to make sure we don't let Makalesi to get top 5 goals in the all event. So we had to. So we managed to win gold. I had to anchor the baton. And Muni, who is a former runner, she's now based in Australia. She had to, so Toya started off the race, and Toya with the back straight, and Muni, and I had to finish it. That was in 2007. So we managed to win gold.
Okay, so this is 2007 in
the Pacific Games in Western Samoa.
Okay, all right, okay. So how was that whole experience like?
So that's one of the, I can't forget that one of the
I mean, you must have been a teenager then.
Yes, I was only 19 when I started.
Yeah.
So it was good, very competitive that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we managed to win gold, and everyone here back home saw the time that we ran, and it was a really close race with the Fijian girl, but I managed to get the baton.
Yeah, I mean, they're very, very competitive, the Fijians. So, like, what do you think about the competition here in PNG?
Well, here in PNG, now there's finally there's good facilities for us, but back then it was a bit hard. Most of us athletes would travel overseas to train, get proper training, be under good coaches. Like we had our national coaches here that pushed us, and to go to train overseas was another standard to go up. You know, we have to always move. We can't be at the lower level of competitions. We have to always go out there to experience and have good competitions to push us in every lead-up games. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Raphaella, the 2015 Pacific Games are coming up. Everyone is looking forward to that, and I'm sure you guys are all gearing up, you and all the other athletes. How explain the process for us? How do you feel about it? What is the process of, the training?
Well, this is it's good opportunity. Every time we travel overseas and we compete outside, and our families don't see us, our friends, our loved ones don't see us, and they want to see us in action. So it's good to have it here home ground and training with the other athletes. They're all just pushing and really committing themselves, especially like morning trainings. And I'll be taking part in boxing, so we train morning and afternoons, and it's very intensive. So definitely we want to compete, and we're all looking forward for it. I'm looking forward for it, and I'm excited for it.
Okay, so for those of us who don't really know much about your training process, what exactly do you do? Just give us a brief snapshot of what you do.
Well, morning sessions, we have strength and conditioning. Mostly we do a lot of weights. We do a lot of skipping and a lot of pull-ups and push-ups, but it's all about that's fitness. And afternoons we work on punching bags, pad works, shadow boxing. So that's mostly we cover a lot of speed works in that, and we do a lot of short sprints as well for our condition.
And tell us a little bit about your diet. I mean, you obviously look amazing, keeping up with a very toned physique. How do you do that? What do you eat? What do you...
Well, I just eat anything, but actually not junky food. I'm not really, my body's not used to that. I don't eat a lot of fatty food.
Wasn't used to that. Yes, continue.
I just basically eat garden food. Well, but protein, not a lot of protein. Yeah, so at least because when I eat a lot of protein, it makes me gain weight, and I can't.
All right, you can't go gain weight. Why can't you gain weight?
I don't know how, because I always sweat it out every time I train.
All right. So, but you have a certain weight that you have to keep?
Yes. we have certain, well, for boxing it's a weight category thing.
Yeah.
So we have the lightweight, the welterweight and heavyweight and super heavyweight. So I'm in the welterweight. So I have to be in the 64 category. To make it into the Pacific now for the trials we are going to have in Goroka, I have to make the squat, then I have to cut it down to 60 kgs. So I'll go really small again. I have to go thin.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that garden kaikai is, you know, one of
Yeah,
the...
it's good. I mean, that's a staple diet of Papua New Guineans.
Yeah.
So we can't eat, you know,
Yeah.
expensive stuff, but that's what makes you strong. You have to eat a lot of garden food.
Okay, all right. So the competition is fierce and Raphaella seems like she's ready to take it on. More when we come back. So Raphaella, tell us a little bit about your childhood, growing up, and did you automatically know that you wanted to become an athlete?
Okay. Well, as I'm the eldest in the family, and I grew up with my mom. She's from Central and Kairoku, so she basically looked after us when we were small, and I started playing like a lot of sports back at school. While I was in primary school, and every time she saw that I could run and all that. So, but I was not really outgoing person back at school. I'll be like this tomboy person at school, and my mom would always get on us. But I was a person always listen to my mom, and I always take her advice. So she even took me to the village, and I stayed in the village. I couldn't get used to living in the village. Okay. Sometimes she would chase me and I'd run away from her because I made her angry and stuff. But well, growing up with her, and when I was 16, I decided to live on my own. Oh. So I was doing track and field. That's the time when I was under the PNG Athletics Union. Okay. So I stayed in Leh actually I stayed with my aunties, and my mom was back in the village, so she would go back and forth to see me. Oh, yeah.
That's a really young age to be independent.
So, well, that's how I started my career in athletics. And I was schooling at the same time, but I did not stay with my parents. So, not much of my childhood that I can remember. Oh, yeah.
Because it's always been about work and athletics. Okay.
So, after my mom put me, and I started running, and then I started to travel with the team, and I was based down in Brisbane at the Kiwi track. That's where we used to train. So in 2007, my mom passed away on New Year's Eve. Oh, okay. And so I didn't really know what to do, and I had my little sisters and brothers behind. Yeah. So
how old were you then?
I was 18.
Oh, okay. All right.
So after, because I didn't know what to do. I lived all my life, I've been just staying outside. I didn't know what was happening back home. But my younger sister, Debbie, she was in the village with my little ones. So she was not that matured enough to do things. And after I found out that my mom died, I had to fly from Brisbane. The athletics union had to send me back, and I came back to make sure I buried my mom before I go back to Sydney. Okay.
So you eventually went back?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I wanted to stop running and to pursue all my dreams. I just decided to, you know, after mom passed away, because she pushed me a lot to run and like do things, you know. They were, that time, back then, before girls would do things like they would get pregnant quickly, get married, go out in clubs and drink. But for her, she wanted the good side of us, the young girls. For me and my sister, was to put us in sports. So sport could like take us to what we want to do, and so that we don't do things like going out drinking, getting pregnant at a very young age. And that's how we decided to. She decided to put us in sports. And when she died, I just thought maybe I'll just stop running. That's it. Everything is over for me. I'm done. But then my parents, my dad and my aunties, uncle said, no, you have to go back and run. She put you to run and she wanted you to be someone.
Yeah.
So don't let her down that now she's gone.
Yeah.
So I decided to, like, oh, okay. So I asked the athletics president, Tony Green, to, okay, I made up my mind. I laid off for a month. And then he decided to take me back on track and send me down to Sydney. So that's when I had to go back and run the relays again.
Oh, that must have been a very, very hard experience to go through. How did I mean, you were lucky to have your family, everyone, you know, backing you up. So how did your little sister, your little siblings, how did they handle it?
Well, it was hard because we didn't grow up with our dad. And then, you know, after... because dad remarried again, and so he managed to look after my little ones. But even I was there, I could still think of, I wouldn't concentrate much on my training. It was a bit hard.
Okay.
So,
I mean, so obviously, you know, that was a very trying time for you, but you managed to come back and go back into it. Like, how? I mean, it must have been really hard. How hard was it?
It was okay, you know, after, and that made me to become really strong, you know. The other girls out there were like, oh no, that's it, I can't do it anymore. But for me, after coming back to see my younger sister and my brothers and my dad, you know, after my stepmom stepped in and she took care of them, and I felt like, oh, that's it, now I can do things and move on.
Yeah, so you had a very tight family support network,
So, I actually stayed away from my family until I was 20, and I came back to my dad, but I always traveled out again. I moved out, and just at the age of 21, I was outside again doing my own thing. And just last year and this year, now I'm back with my parents just to get myself stabilized and concentrate on my work and training again.
So when you said you were out and about, where were you?
I was working.
Okay.
So I used to work in a beauty company, and so I had a hostel and I stayed outside.
Oh, okay.
So I basically, obviously I didn't grow up with my family. I lived my own life. But I would still continue my sports career.
Okay, all right. So now with your dad and his new wife, your stepmom, how is the family dynamics? How is that like?
Okay, with my stepmom, she's really good. She's flexible, and she knows us from how we were so young, and she was with my dad also. Well, basically we were having family problems and stuff, and some people, she managed to step in after my mom died, she had to step in and take up that role to be a mother to us. And she's okay, she's very supportive, and every time that when we are out on the field, because I played rugby and before, she's a very lady who supports us always in our sports. She's on the field to watch us or on the track to see us, and she just plays the role exactly like my mother.
Okay, all right. So if your mom were here, do you think she'd be proud of you? Do you think she'd be happy of the woman that you have become?
Yeah, definitely she would be really proud. And you know, I feel that now, like, she should be outside there and with me and my sister and doing a lot of things, but now she's not around, you know. But I know she'd be a proud mother to see me and my sister always, you know, out on television, on papers.
Okay. And not only is Raphaella beautiful and a strong person physically, she also has a great strength in character. More when we come back. So Raphaella, we know that you've struggled and you've come this far, with a lot of persistence and perseverance. But besides that, focusing and giving all your time and energy to this, how about life and how about fun, like your love life? Tell us a little bit about that. Are you seeing anyone?
Okay, currently, yes, I'm seeing someone. But I'm a person who is so into my sports and my work, and I with my relationship, I have a lot of admirers out there. And
she has a lot of
definitely-
admirers.
I know, but it's. I mean, I just don't really, unless the person would come up and tell me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in a relationship, and we're just flexible. He does his own thing, I do my own thing.
Okay.
I don't really have time to see him, to be honest. But
Okay.
yeah.
So is there a problem, or he's okay with that?
I think I'll just say maybe he's fine with that. I'm not sure, but it's just that I don't have good communication with him. So
Okay.
it's like, I got work to do.
Okay.
I'm running off on my training.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So is he an athlete as well, or?
Yeah, he's athlete as well.
Okay, you're gonna give us a name?
I can't.
Okay. Fair enough. So, what do you guys normally do on a date?
I just go hang around at his house with the parents. Or we just go to Vision City and just walk around and have lunch.
All right, okay,
Yeah,
that's nice.
or he would come over to my place. So once in a while we get along to
And you mentioned
have a date.
You mentioned you have a lot of admirers. How does he deal with that? Is he a jealous kind of person?
Well, yeah, obviously our boyfriend would be jealous and would think like I can't put my phone aside, or if I put my phone aside, then he thinks that or if I'm touching my phone, then there's someone texting me. So I just leave, I just put stuff out. So, but I don't mind.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, for my case, it's a bit hard. He has to, like, he's an athlete too, but he still doesn't have that exposure.
Yeah.
He does, but it's just that for my case, it's like, oh, maybe you're too good. You know, everyone would still see and want you, and he still can't accept the fact probably that I'm with him. But
Oh, okay.
It's okay. But I'm flexible. I don't mind. Whatever we go out and we have fun. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, that's what our relationship should be.
Okay. So how about time for friends and family? What do you like to do for fun? What do you like to do on your day off?
On my day off, I'm at home just sleeping. Because I work and I train and I have morning training sessions. So, I go home and I'm tired. I can't walk around and then I'm just ready again for the afternoon trainings. So basically, I'm just at home. Chilling. On weekends, I'm at work again. So on my off days, there's no fun time unless my dad and mom like, oh, we're going for a ride. You wanna come for a ride? Then yes, I go.
Okay. So I understand you live at Kokin in the Wanigela village. Yeah. So how is that village life?
Well, you have to just get along with everyone. And it's a SDA. Everyone they're more of going to church, and they love to socialize with people. And Wanigela village, people can see from the outside and just talk about them. But if you go in, the people there are really lovely.
That's true.
And they get to know you, and I mean, you just meet everyone. They become your friends. And which is good. And I like the people there. They're fine, and I became to adapt myself to how they live, and it's just fine,
It's life, basically.
It's life, basically,
Okay. So I understand you're very good friends with Toya Whistle and a lot of the other athletes. How is that like? How do you like hanging around with them and getting wisdom, understanding from them? How is that like?
With Toya and I, we grew up, we started off running together in 2004. She was the girl on the track that ran bare feet, and I ran that race with her, and I came third and she came second.
Okay.
And she's a really good person that I hang around with. We encourage each other, and mostly we talk about our life, how hard we grew up and how we came to be who we are. And she's a really nice person who is very humble, patient, and gets along with anyone on the street or whoever that she just walks past, but she has to stand, and that's the thing I like about her. And she basically tries to push me a lot, and I try to help her. So just recently New Year's I had to go down because of her birthday, and it was fun. We had a good time in go
Yeah.
before I came back.
Okay, all right. So now you've reconciled and gone back to you living with your family,
Yeah.
your dad now and your stepmom,
Oh.
and you know, can you tell us a little bit about that? How does he feel about your career?
My dad is happy. Like he's always there to support us during our sports career and work. I decided to go back and stay with him because I've been through a lot in my past relationships, what I've faced, and I decided to go back and get my mind focused because he's the one that he checks, like, is she back home or is she not? Because when I stay outside, like, there's no one there to be concerned and worried about me.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's better, like, I thought to go back so that every time I'm not home, but like always rough, look for her. Is she coming back home? My mom too is just the same. So that's the reason why I wanted to be closer to them and to the Pacific Games is coming up. I need my family support.
True.
I can't be just out there and, having fun and then, at the end of the day, I'm there in the ring trying to play and then I can't see my parents around.
Yeah.
So I'm there and I want my families to support me and be with me. Yeah.
Okay. So this whole transition from being an athlete to being a track and field runner to boxing, how did they take it?
Well, they were okay with it. They knew that I would still do it even because I'm an athlete, and I commit a lot myself, a lot of activities that I do. So when I decided to take a boxing, from day one, they were there at the field to watch me do the training. And so my dad decided to join us too and do some pad work. So, he's really big guy. So he wanted to lose weight and he was there. And to see me on the, training with the boxers, and then my sister decided to like, I'm gonna come back to and do boxing. So then, like, me and her working together, and the other boxers, they're all happy to see the two sisters always together and training because that we motivate them.
Okay.
And once they see us, like, the Kaore sisters are here, we need to try and beat them too.
Okay.
But, so my parents are always there to watch me and my sister train.
Okay.
So we just go, when we see them, we're happy and we train even harder because we want them to know that our daughters can do it.
Yeah, okay. So your dad's the one that's from, you said you're from a mixed parentage of West New Britain and Central. Your dad's the one from West New Britain.
Yes.
Have you gone back home lately or at all?
I can't remember the last time I was there.
Yeah.
But I was a little girl, I went, and it's been a very long time. I think 2011, I went for a long weekend, and I came back. So it's been a long time that I haven't gone back to my dad's village.
Okay. So you mentioned that from Central, you're from Kairuku. So what part of West New Britain are you from?
I'm from Hoskins. Hoskins. My dad is from Hoskins, and his small village is Rapuri. Okay. So you have to drive down all the way back. Okay. Inland,
Okay, and you know a lot of your dad's family?
Not everyone that I know. Not all my cousins I know. Well, if I go back to the village, I say, she's a city girl. Okay. Because I don't really know all my cousins unless they come fly over to Port Moresby, then I meet them and I go, okay. But my mom's side, I know most of them because it's just up the highway. I can go back and forth.
Okay, so when you go back to the village, either West New Britain or Kairuku, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to go out with my cousins to the beach.
Sure, of course.
And we just hang around there the whole day. And if they're going out fishing, then I try to get on the canoe and go out with them because I have hardly got in a canoe. Like every time I'm in the canoe, I'll be like, oh my God, what's happening down there? I'm too scared to go in in the water. Like, and they will laugh at me, but it's good.
Okay, so you mentioned that you played rugby union as a child, and as well as track and field and boxing. What other sports do you like and get involved in?
Other sports that I would get involved in is probably basketball. I like basketball, and also volleyball.
Okay.
So and I could do handball too. That's one of the new sports that came in. So definitely I would.
Oh, yeah. So you just don't have no boundaries. You can do anything.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. She has no limit. She has no boundaries. She can do anything. More when we come back. So Pacific Games are coming up. I know you're excited, looking forward to that. What about after the Pacific Games? What do you have in store for yourself? Do we see marriage down the lane, or what do you see for yourself?
Well, after the Pacific Games, I just don't see myself getting married so quickly.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah, I'll be busy doing work, but I'd love to do something different. I'm a person who's into hair and beauty, makeup and stuff. I like fashion.
Okay.
So I decided to maybe also try to set up something for that.
Okay.
And fitness, help other people that want to lose weight or get them for fitness. So that's basically what I should be doing.
Yeah.
But if there are other competitions out there, I might be traveling.
Yeah. So I mean, you mentioned fashion and hair and beauty, but then you're also an athlete. A lot of people don't think that they actually connect. You know what I mean? They think that it's two separate things. Like you can't be a runner, you can't be a boxer while looking pretty. But what do you say about that?
I mean, it's good if you're an athlete and you're out there and you want to look fit, but you need to do your hair properly. You need to look good and smart and look sharp, and you're out there to present and be presentable. You know. So it's good to do have the right type of outfit to wear and do your hair, your makeup. So if you're an athlete and you're standing out there, and you don't have like makeup on and like, oh, what sort of athlete is that? She's so fit, but look at her hair, it's all over the place. She doesn't know what she's wearing. So, it all comes in line with that, You make sure you have the right outfit, and then you're a nice, well-built person standing there and fit, So I mean, it would definitely fall in line.
Okay. So you said that, I mean, you growing up, you're a tomboy, and then now you're into hair and makeup and fashion. How did that happen? Like, you're now basically a girly girl.
Yeah, like, when I was small, it's like, I have 3 brothers, and just me and my sister. So we all want to be boys in home at home. So, but after then you grow up and you realize that, oh no, I'm not a boy. If I'm a girl, I can do anything. So that's how I decided. Let me just change my looks and look different.
I love that. I love that you said that if I'm a girl, I can do anything. I mean, that's something that a lot of our young girls need to know.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Give us a little bit, some advice. I mean, you're coming from your background, and what you said, you're doing anything you want to do. Tell us, what is some advice you can give to our young girls watching?
Well, my advice to young girls out there is, I mean, you have that, you want to be someone out there, and you can't just be like a, like a tomboy or a lesbian, I can say. I mean, it's good, God has given you a beautiful body, look, and you just go out there. You can do anything if you're a girl, like our parents would say, oh, you're a girl, we can just go out there and you're so easy to do things. Then for boys, it's a little bit hard, that's what parents would say. But I prefer, like, if you're a girl and you go out there, you can do things, take part in sport or be business-minded to do other things besides from, just trying to be a tomboy and walking around on the street to say I can do anything there, but that's not.
So, for example, for girls out there who really want to, be athletes, who want to go into sports, and what can you say for them? Like, what advice can you give to them?
Well, for girls out there who wants to be a sporty person, it's all about your commitment. If you want to be an athlete or you want to achieve your dreams, so you want be like who I am and like Dika Toa or Toya Wiesel, it's all about training and commitment. And it's not hard. All you do is if you want to play a different sport, you just walk up to the clubs and you ask them, how do I register? What can I do? And they will help you. And that's how you get involved in sport. But then you know that if that's your talent, then you can do anything, You one day represent a country. And I mean, that's every young boy and girl, their dream is one day to represent a country and travel out and see places.
And how does, just to get back to you, how did that feel like, wearing the country's colors and going, representing Papua New Guinea, marching out with the whole team, how did that feel? What sense of what feeling did you get when you did that?
Well, I can, like, the sense that when I wear the red, black, and gold color and I'm out on the track and marching with the team, I'm overjoyed. I'm just proud that I'm a Papua New Guinean. And to see myself and to stand on a podium and see the flag go up, it's really touching, you know. I have tears, to be honest, I have tears coming down, and I cry because, you know, at school you'll see kids that they will just stand out then, like, the anthem is on. And no one is singing, they're all just doing their own thing. But if you're in a different country and you hear the national anthem and the flag going up and you're carrying the flag, you'll be overjoyed. And I am always proud as a Papua New Guinean when I carry the flag out there.
Thank you so much for representing us, and thank you so much for doing what you do for not only for the country but for young girls who, you know, strive to be like you, Dikatoa Towi. So thank you for your commitment and for, you know, everything that you put into it. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne.
You got me hooked onto your angel,
Yes,
angel
Raphaella was the firstborn in the family. She was born here at the Port Moresby General Hospital. And when she was small, she was just raised like any other ordinary kids. But then when she grew up she went to school, primary community school, previously it was not. And then she came up to, you know, I was just watching because she was also very energetic. And I knew that she will be somebody in the future. Well, in primary school, she started like unexpectedly. She started running. She started running, and then she was also. She used to see this athletics, you know, the PNG rep, and she used to tell me, "Daddy, I want to be somebody like that." And then, you know, I think most of the inspiration is from the mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, firstly, I'd like to make a special tribute to their late mother. I knew Raphaella when she was in preschool. That time the mother was a teacher at Bavaroko Community School. And being into these sort of marriages, like Raphaella used to come and visit me and stay with the mom, but Raphaella was a very, as the father said, she does things her own most of her time. She does things on her own. Like, she doesn't have to be supervised, or you don't tell her to do things. Even though, like, I became her second mom, she's a very helpful girl. Even Debbie too, because they were girls, you know. Like, I found it easy to go with all of his 5 children. Actually, there's Raphaella being the eldest, Debbie second, Joe Paul, George, and Stewart. And I'm proud to say that I've become a grandmother to these children who have children now. And I have 6 grandchildren from this little family here, which George and their late mother Pauline raised. And as the saying goes, like, she had them in the past, but being the stepmom, I'm taking them into the future. So their father and I are doing the best to help them in whatever sporting careers that they want to take up. Raphaella, she's still young, and like when it comes to her sporting dreams, she likes to achieve those in life, meaning that when it comes to, like now, this year being South Pacific Games, she wants to maintain that. And as a mother speaking, she doesn't want to mingle around with boys, go out partying. She likes to achieve things in her life. As for Debbie, like, she's become a mother of 2. And unfortunately, my grandson was asleep, so I had to leave him. But because of that, the eldest grandson, Tonton, he's also asleep in the house. But if George was awake, the grandfather's namesake, if he was awake, I think I would have bought him, and you'll see that just yesterday he turned 1. So when Debbie wanted to continue on with her boxing, we took our second-born grandson to be with us, so give time for Debbie to go training and the husband can work, you know, because sometimes husbands are helpful and some aren't. But in Debbie's husband's case, he's also my nephew from my western province side, so, and we all stay down at Koki, so, you know, that's a plus. Like he goes to work, Debbie goes to training with Raphaella. So, you know, we are looking forward for the best that these 2 daughters of mine can produce for the country.
Well, I was very proud with the mother. You know, when we talk about them in that small village, big village, they're Koki, everybody is, they knew Raphaella very well. You know, when they see them on the TV, you know, they started talking about their mother, and you know, especially the mother, these twins and the mother. I think Raphaella made a very big impact to her when she represented PNC in New Caledonia, Samoa.
You must get your facts right.
Sorry, got it confused. Yes, when she represented PNC in Samoa, that's when she ran the relay.
Meters.
She ran the relay, and she was the last, girl to get the baton, and they won a gold. And this year, I have no doubt. I have no doubt.
We watched on MTV, and that time when she ran the 4x100 meters, like, oh well, they had to go through the heats, and they made it to the finals. And when they got to the finals, like down where I stay at Wanigela, because everybody knows that they are my daughters, so like it wasn't the father that was cheered on, but all the Wanigelas were saying, hey, they were saying my name and saying, hey, Georgina's daughter is running, and like I was just, you know, feeling high, you know. So all this time, Raphaella didn't know that when she actually won the gold, I wasted a lot of money to, it's a custom along the Wanigela side, the Aroma side, that when something good is done, you have to give them either money or food or this like kind. And all this time, Raphaella didn't know that George and the father and I had to sacrifice to also give them something in return for our daughter. And all this time after she won, she didn't know, because as the father said, she was, most of the time, she was sent away to work. Nessian sent her away to work for 2 years at Kokopo. And then after 2 years, like, she's come now, and then she's joined boxing. So I told her, I said, my dear, when you won gold, all this little Wanigela village, from the little children to elderly people, they were so happy, because, you know, they were saying that somebody that's living here with us, wake up with us, go to sleep with us, she's representing PNG. So everybody was really happy. And now when they're into boxing, now it's the same, you know, same tension that everybody's getting here in this community at Wanigela.
So Raphaella, this part is the rapid fire round, and I'm going to be asking you quick questions, and you need to be thinking on your feet, like I know you already do as an athlete. So you said, basically just give us the first name or first thought that comes into your mind. Okay, first things first. An idea that changed your life.
Idea changed my life. I'm not sure.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that.
Yeah,
Don't think that you can get away with that. A famous Papua New Guinean who you have a crush on.
A famous Papua New Guinean, or is it mix a bit?
Anything, yes.
I'll go for Prodigy.
Oh, okay, all right. Is he mixed? I didn't know he was mixed.
Yeah, he mostly, I mean, he's a rapper, but
oh, okay.
a lot of times that he's seen, he tries to promote Papua New Guinea, so which is good.
Oh, okay, okay. But like his nationality is full Papua New Guinean.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Kill, marry, or hook up. So you have to tell us 3 people that you would kill, marry, or hook up. And your choices are Ryan Pini, Charles Parappa, the basketball player, or Stephen Curry, the weightlifter. So who would you rather kill, marry, or hook up with?
I would hook up with Stephen Curry because
Yeah.
I mean he's young and which is good.
Yeah.
Charles Parappa and the
Ryan Pini, yeah.
they're older.
Wait,
I mean,
so
I'm getting. I know I'm getting older, but I don't think it would be fun to just hook up and get alone with Stephen.
okay, so wait. So the options were kill, marry, or hook up. So who would you want to kill? Ryan Pini or Charles Parappa?
Kill Ryan Pini.
Marry Charles Parappa then.
Yeah, I'll marry Charles Parappa, but I'll hook up with Stephen.
Okay. All right, okay. Fair enough. 2 people who you would like competing for you.
I'll have Flo Rida
Okay.
and 50 Cent because those are my 2 best rappers.
Favorite rappers. Okay. Who would you turn gay for?
Gay for...
Or lesbian for?
Oh my god. Kim Kardashian.
Fair enough. Okay. What products would you endorse? As an athlete, I'm sure, you know, brands come up to you and ask you to wear them. What products would you want?
I would love to wear Adidas and New Balance. So those for New Balance, it's more of people with wide feet, and Adidas, I like the name and the brand of it. So
okay, all right. An athlete, a Papua New Guinean athlete who you think is very controversial and why?
Atoya Whistle, I'll say definitely.
Okay,
but
why?
She's an outspoken person, you know, and she gets along with anyone, everyone, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what controversies surround her? Why do people talk about her a lot and, you know?
Well, people talk about her is because, you know, how good she is. She's, you know, she's known in the country of how her performance is like, and the person she is like, she's not a, she doesn't think highly of herself. Okay. She comes down to anyone's level. Okay. So everyone would like, oh, meet her for the first time even, and then be like, oh, I like Toya, she's good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. One thing you have that other athletes do not have.
Okay, well, one thing that I have is other athletes don't have. I like my build.
Okay.
And that's unique. Even if I walk from far or I come closer, people will definitely say that's Raphaella.
Okay. An athlete who you think needs a stylist?
Okay, athlete that needs a stylist. Yep. I would say the boxers, they need some good haircut.
Okay.
Because their hair's all over the place right now at this point of time. So
okay.
They should need stylish now, I should say.
Okay, okay. In one word, react to people who hate on you.
Well, people that hate me outside, I could say, I don't care what they say about me, because I know that what I want, I get it. And I prove people wrong that I can do better than what they think. Because all they do is they just criticize from just looking, but they don't know how hard we train or we work so hard. Like for my case, I had people criticize on me from changing codes to codes and thinking that I can't do it, but I tell them that I can do it. But all I have to do is I prove it when I'm in the ring, outside on the track, and that's the sort of person I am.
Great, okay. So finally, in the last one, we'll end it with a bang. What is an unforgettable pickup line used on you? What have guys said to you when they approach you, want your number?
Okay, well, a lot of, guys that come up to me are like, hey, sexy, and hey, you're hot, can I have your number? Because I know that it's, at the end of the day, that person won't be texting me again. Because when he says the word sexy, and I hate the word sexy or hot, so it's just because he's just looking from the outside, but not from the sort of person I am.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I would definitely not accept that sort of guy.
All right, great, thank you. And that was the end of the rapid fire round, and that was the end of the episode. Thank you so much, Raphaella, for joining us.
Well, thank you, Leanne, for having me on the program as well. Yeah.
All the best with your preparations for the Pacific Games, and we'll all be rooting for you and the rest of Team PNG.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you once again for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode of Rendezvous with Leanne. Good night.